Good morning, students. Ira. How are how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing well in your studies. So, students, I hope you are also doing notes in your fair notebook. So, students, let's continue our chapter number 8, part 2. And the name of the chapter is Small Businesses. Students, we have learned earlier about the small business. What is a small business? A business where the the capital, the labor, the land, everything is in a limited quantity, or we can say that large or small quantity. So, students, in this video we are going to continue the role of small scale industries in socio-economic development of India. Means what is the impact, what is the role of business services on the society, or we can say that the socio-economic development, societal economical development of India. So, the impact or the role of SSI units, or we can say that small business on our society or economically. Number one is employment. Small scale industries are the second largest employers of the human. Look, students, unemployment is the basic or the very crucial problem in our society, in our country. So, small scale industry plays an important role to provide employment opportunities to the unemployed persons. So, that's why we can say that it is the second largest employer of the humans. Next, resources after agriculture, like it has 95% of the industrial unit in the country. Means if we talk about the industrial sector, the 95% industrial sector is covered by the small businesses. Now, variety of product. Second, small scale industries produce an enormous variety of goods. Example, ready-made garments, stationery, soap, leathers, goods, plastic and rubber goods. Look, students, as we learned that 95% of industrial unit is covered by the small industries. So they produce what they produce, many varieties of product. Means a numerous variety of goods like ready-made garments, stationery, soap, leather goods, plastic goods, rubber goods. So also produce the consumer goods and as well as producers goods. So it plays an important role because it provides us the various or enormous variety of goods. Next one is export. The share of the product of SSI is 45% of total export from India. So it earn valuable foreign exchange and solve the problem of balance of payment. Look, student, there is a problem. If the balance of payment and balance of deficit, it is not equal. So if we want that the problem of balance of payment is solved, so who can solve us for solving this problem? SSI. Because what the SSI do? SSI do 45% of total export from India, and what they earn? They earn valuable foreign exchange, because the value of foreign exchange is very higher than our currency. Another current country's currency value is more than our country's currency. So they helpful in earning the foreign exchange. Next one is balance regional development. SSI can be set anywhere in the country. Look, students, there is not compulsory that they have to the small scale industries have to set in an industrial area. That this is not a compulsion. SSI units can be set up anywhere in the country, whether it is a urban area or a rural area. Okay, they uses local resources, less capital and simple technology. What they use is the local resources. They use or they utilize in a better way the local resources. And like, let's take an example of spices or masala company. So where they have to set up their company? To the south, because the resources for the masala is cheaply available from where in south of the India. So it is an example that SSI unit, what they do, they set up their industries where they easily get the local resources, and so that they require less technology, less capital and less working capital, so that they run their business easily. And they also use a simple technology, so that what they do, they employ more and more labor, so that they work in place of modern technologies or the machineries. So it indirectly, what they do, they solve the problem of unemployment. Next one is they low cost of production. Look student, if we use the cheap, or we can say that cheap resources or simple technology, then the production cost is also low. So SSI, what they enjoy the advantage of low cost of production, because they uses local resources in their product. So these are the role and the impact of SSI or small businesses on the social economic India. Now, role of a small business in rural India. Now we are talking about the role of SSI units or small businesses in rural area. Look students, as we know that the India sector is divided into two parts, that rural area and urban. So now we are talking about the rural India. They provide the employment in rural areas. The first point is what they do. Small scale industry uses a simple technology, so that they need what they need the labor to do work at the place of advanced technology. So they solve the problem of unemployment in rural areas. Next one is utilization of local resources. Look students, where there are many local resources which are unused and used are treated as a waste. But what they do, they use the local resources and made that resources in a finished goods, and then they sell to the country, and or also export to the another country and earn foreign exchange. Next one is equitable distribution of national income. Due to this, due to the rural industries, there is a equitable distribution of national income. The slabs, the national income is distributed equally. Okay. Next one is balanced regional development. Regional development means, as the rural areas are having the some industries and the people of rural areas get employment, so their standard of living is also high, the education the labor also send their children for the education, they improve their standard of living. So what they do, they balance the regional development, means rural development is also done by these small businesses. Next is improve economic condition. Look student, as we learned that the small businesses, what they do, they contribute the 45 export foreign exchange, or earn 45% foreign exchange to the country or for the country. So what they do, they helpful in improving the economic condition of a country. Okay. So this is the role of small businesses on rural areas of India. Now look student, if there is a benefits, and so the problems are also there. So what are the problems which is faced by the small businesses? First one is finance. Look student, small business, that means the capital is also less. Okay, means the finance is also less, scarcity of finance is also there. Next one is, if the finance is less, then the raw material is also less due to the less finance. Next, managerial skill. Managerial skill is also less, because many of the small industries are placed or are found in the rural areas, and the skilled laborers or skilled managers are not available at the rural areas. So many managers who are skilled, so what they do, they move to the urban industries or urban areas, or migrated from our country to another country. So this is the reasons why there is a lack of managerial skill in rural area where these industries are set up. Next one is labor are also skilled labor, we can say that skilled labor are also scarcity in rural areas or in small scale industries, because many of the labor want to work under the big industries and work in urban areas industries, because there the money or the incentives or the salary is also high as we compare to the small businesses. Next one is marketing. The facility of marketing, or we can say that there is no promotion of their product. Marketing is not there, because the advertisement is not there for their product. So marketing problem they are also facing. Next one is quality issue is there, because if we compare our product with the machine made product, so there is a difference of handmade product and the machine made product. So quality issues also there. Next one is capacity utilization. If we talk about the modern advanced technology, what they do, they utilize the product, the resources successfully, and also utilize the labor in an efficient way by providing them training and development programs, but there is a lack of this capacity utilization. Next one is technology. Advanced technology need large money, large amount of money, finance. So technology is also absent there, means advanced technology, updated technology is also lacking there. Next one is sickness. If a company, for a small business is become sick, is become insolvent, then there is no any setup or the treatment of sick units for these small businesses. Next one is global competition. Global competition is also there. There are many countries who produce that similar product in a cheap way, because they are using the best technology, advanced technology, which reduces the cost of that product. So global competition is also the main problem, because if there is a small business unit who produce the product, like any garment company who produces goods, jeans in a local area, if the any global company like any MNC produces same product but in a cheap rate and in a finished product, a high quality product in a cheap rate, so this global competition is also faced by the small businesses. So these are the problems which are faced by the small business. Now next one is government assistance, government help to the small industries and small business units for their support, for their treatment of sick units, or we can say that for their betterment. There are two setup which are there, like number one is National Small Industries Corporation, NSIC, which was set up as 1955, which is the government assistance helps to promote or to support the small business. Next one is District Industry Center, yani DIC. This concept of DIC came during 1977, which is also very helpful for setting up in small industries. Now this is then institutional support. Now government assistance or incentives to hilly, backward and rural areas. So what are the incentives? Which incentives means which help the business industries, whether it is in money, in terms of money means monetary incentives, or in terms of services like non-monetary incentives. So what are the incentives given to the hilly, backward and rural areas by the government? Like number one is power. Some states supply of power at a concessional rate of 50%, means what they do at the backward areas and in hilly areas, they support the business, small business, so that they provide the supply of power. They give the 50% concession. Tax holiday means exemption from payment of tax up to 5 years, means they are helpful, and they what they do, they give exemption to the business units, so that they are exempt for the 5 years for non-payment of tax. Next one is land and water. Availability of land at a concessional rate, water supplied so on no profit and no loss basis. So what land and water facility is also provided by the government at a concessional rate. Octroi means the most of the state has abolished octroi. What is octroi? Octroi basically is a toll tax which is pay with if we cross, if any truck passes from one state to another state, then there is a octroi which we have to pay, okay, as a toll tax. So most of the states have abolished for the small businesses for paying octroi. Next one is protective measure. The government reserve 800 items for exclusive production by the small industries, and give priority in allocation of raw material and machines. Next one is marketing assistance. Government tries to solve their marketing problem. As we discussed, there is a marketing problem, so marketing assistance is also provided by the government by improving the information in order to provide guarantee for their sale of goods. Next one is finance subsidy of 10 to 15% building capital asset loan are offered at the concessional rate. Means there is also a subsidy which is provided to, if we borrow, if we loan or we borrow money from for any building or capital asset. So 10 to 15% subsidy we will get, and also offered the loan at a concessional rate. Next is sales tax in all union territories and small industries are exempt from the sale. Now tax, while some states give exemption of 5 years. Sale tax in all union territories, small industries are exempt. So these are the some incentives which is given by the government to the hilly and backward, or we can say that rural areas. So students, the small scale part we have completed. Only one topic is remaining, entrepreneurship and its type, its function. So we will discuss that in our next video. So thank you, Sairam.